Morning, good afternoon to everybody on the call. Thank you so much for joining us. This is just going to be kind of a quick overview of a product that I know you already know and love, but as it's rolling out, I think it's always a great opportunity to get some more education on the product and kind of look at it in different ways, especially in light of all the other products that have rolled out lately. So we're just going to go through kind of a quick background of the purpose, the benefits of this product, and then I believe we're going to open it up if any of you guys on the line have any questions. So we'll keep this short and sweet, but I always like to start when we're talking about the products is, to take a step back and understand why is this product a solution for what the body needs, right? And so to do that, I think it's really important to understand why it is that we actually need protein. And if you guys were on the EPP call that we had earlier this week, this is something that we went through already. But I think it's important to reiterate because I think especially when we're talking about the Herbalife 24 products, we think about protein, Herbalife 24, young girl, guy, going to the gym, build muscle, get ripped, whatnot, right? And that certainly absolutely is one of the ways that, you can utilize this product. But I think, to be able to understand that that's not the only reason and that's not the only way, we have to understand what exactly protein is and why our body needs it, right? So if we think about that question, what is protein, right? It kind of seems like a silly question, but then sometimes you have to say, well, what if someone asks me that? How do I actually answer that question? And you guys sell a lot of protein on a daily basis, and so it may be a question that you get often, which is, what is protein? So the way that I like to think about it is, to me, I think of protein as like a puzzle, right? So you have a puzzle that's comprised of lots of different pieces. Okay, you could have a puzzle that you put these pieces together and you get a picture of a mountain, right? Or maybe you have different pieces. You put them together and you get a picture of an ocean, right? A protein is the same way. We just call those puzzle pieces amino acids, okay? And every protein is just a different combination of those puzzle pieces of those amino acids to make a different type of protein, right? So you could have some amino acids, some puzzle pieces that are put together and you get a soy protein, right? Or maybe you have a different combination and you get a dairy protein. But ultimately, every protein is simply a combination of these amino acids. And then as soon as you consume that soy, that fish, the dairy, it's broken back down into those puzzle pieces, those amino acids, that then enter your muscles and help you build, right? So every single person needs to consume protein, needs to consume these amino acids because we don't actually store those puzzle pieces. There's no way that the body holds on to those. And so as we go throughout the day, we're breaking down muscle, there's damage that's being done, and so we have to constantly be supplying our body with amino acids to help support our muscle building. Okay, but when we think about muscle building, like I was saying, often we think of this picture that you guys hopefully can see right now, which is, the young girl or guy. And yes, the amino acids that they're consuming are going to help them build muscle, absolutely, but it's not just for this group. And this goes for the protein in Herbalife 24. This goes for protein in the regular Herbalife products as well, is that it's not just for building muscle. It's also a really important part of weight loss, okay? So I think, one of the biggest questions that I get is, or the biggest, it's not even a question, to be honest. People tell me, I'm not going to use Herbalife 24 until I get to my ideal weight. I'm not going to use Herbalife 24 until I get to a certain level of athlete, right? And the reality is that couldn't be farther from the truth, okay? So you might not be at your ideal weight, but you're starting to work out and you're starting to exercise, okay? And the biggest mistake people make is they think, okay, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to work out, and then I'm not going to eat, okay? And actually, that doesn't work, okay? What you want to do is work out, consume some good quality protein plus carbohydrates. That's going to help you build muscle. We're not talking big bodybuilder muscle. We're talking about long, lean muscle. Increasing your muscle is going to help increase your metabolism. increasing your metabolism is going to help you lose weight and get to your body's composition goals faster, okay? So Herbalife 24, especially when we're talking about rebuild strength, can really be an important part of your weight loss program. So you don't have to be at your ideal weight. You don't have to be a certain level of athlete, which we'll talk about in a second. It really can be an important part of your weight loss journey, you know, and not just because it helps increase your metabolism, but it also helps you stay full, right? So having a snack that's higher in protein can help you stay full compared to something that's higher in just carbohydrates. So weight loss, you can certainly use Herbalife 24 as well. But there's one other group that I think we don't talk enough about when it comes to protein is the aging adult, okay, that older adult. You know, we talk a lot about one of the mega trends in society right now is this notion that we have an aging population, okay? And one of the facts of life, whether we like it or not, is as we age, we lose muscle mass, okay? And there's a lot of things that we probably take for granted that we do on a daily basis that require muscle mass, right? So think about just standing. You need to have core strength, right? You need to have leg strength. You need to have those muscles to help maintain stability, to help you walk, to help you function. And so if you're not giving yourself adequate protein, then it's really going to accelerate that loss of muscle mass, right? So for an older adult, being active and consuming enough protein throughout the day is also going to be really, really important. So when we think about Herbalife 24, when we think about rebuild strength, and we think about the protein that's in these products, I really challenge you to think outside the box in terms of who can really utilize it and who can benefit from it, because whether you're trying to build muscle, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to age gracefully, there's certainly a place for this product in your daily routine. Okay, so hopefully that kind of gives you an overview of who needs protein, why we need protein. Again, this notion that we don't store protein, right? But I think the other thing to know about protein that you see on the next slide is how the body likes to operate, okay? So when we're exercising or when we're going through our day, typically, you know, if you're doing high-intensity exercise, your body's going to use carbohydrates for fuel. Okay, your body's going to use carbohydrates for energy because it's the easiest way for our body to generate energy, okay? Then if you go into like a steady state or you're just kind of sitting, your body's going to utilize fat, okay? You can't generate energy as fast, but it's very effective, okay? So you use carbs, you use fat, and then the third choice for energy, for fuel, is protein, okay? So that's the body's third choice. Protein is really used for building muscle and help supporting muscle mass. So when we're talking about what we use for energy, just keep in mind, you know, we hear it a lot. People say that, you know, oh, I'm going to have this protein bar for energy. That's not really what protein is used for. It's going to be used for building muscle, supporting the muscle rebuilding process, which is going to help you increase your metabolism. Okay. So that's just a kind of common misconception I think is important to cover. So when we talk about exercise, okay, so hopefully all of you guys have realized at this point, I need protein no matter who I am, no matter what type of sport I'm doing, because I know if you guys have heard my trainings, you've heard me talk about this notion of finding your inner athlete, right? You know, we talk a lot about Herbalife 24 as being an athlete or being for athletes, but I think, you know, often we don't give ourselves enough credit for the exercise that we do on a daily basis, right? Just because you're not winning the marathon doesn't mean you're not an athlete. Just because you're only doing a 5K doesn't mean you're not an athlete, right? You know, when we push the body and when we exercise, no matter what it is that you're doing, swimming, dancing, hiking, running, biking, whatever it is, on the inside, you're using nutrients the same way as an elite athlete would, right? Maybe at different quantities and different speeds, but the reality is that if two people are running, no matter who's running faster or who's running slower, you're still using carbohydrates for fuel, and you still need protein to recover and rebuild your muscles, right? So, you know, not only do I challenge you to think outside the box in terms of who needs the protein from Herbalife 24 products, but also who an athlete really is, and really redefining this notion of who an athlete is, because I think you'll find that, you know, you can really empower not only yourselves, but your customers as well to think of themselves in a different light, and that will impact the decisions that they make when it comes to what they put in their bodies around exercise. So having said that, when we talk about protein for exercise, our philosophy is that no matter what you do after a workout, you want to have between 20 to 40 grams of high-quality protein. Okay, so the reason for that is because everything that we do is based in science. You can see on the graph on the screen, on the bottom is how much protein someone takes in after a workout versus it's just a measure of basically how much muscle growth is happening, okay? You can see from 0 to 20, it's kind of a linear increase, and then from 20 to 40 grams, that line starts to flatten out, okay? That 20 to 40 grams is really the sweet spot for building muscle, okay? Once you go past 40, the body's really not going to absorb it and utilize it in a way that's going to be effective for building muscle. So hitting that range of 20 to 40 grams is really what you want to do to help the body start that rebuilding process so that you can build that muscle, increase the metabolism, and really start to see the results that you're looking for, okay? But it's not just protein. And I think this graph, while it looks complicated, is one of the most important slides that I can show you because I think, you know, one of the big myths out there is that you only need protein post-workout, okay? So again, this is showing you on the bottom, CHO stands for carbohydrates. CHO plus AA is carbohydrates plus amino acids, which is protein. Remember, amino acids are those puzzle pieces that make proteins. And then the last one is just simply amino acids. So what this is looking at is if someone just consumes carbohydrates after workout, if someone just consumes amino acids or protein after a workout, and then in the middle, if someone consumes carbohydrates plus amino acids, what's the difference in terms of building muscle, okay? And you can see in the middle, the people that consume carbohydrates plus amino acids, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 hours after their workout, they've built more, there's more muscle synthesis, more muscle rebuilding that's happening than if you just took carbohydrates or protein by itself, okay? So super important. You'll probably hear a lot, oh, I just need whey protein after your workout. No, really, carbohydrates work well with the protein to help you build muscle. So it's really important that you have that combination of carbohydrates plus protein, which is why these ingredients in Rebuild Strength make sense, right? So you see 24 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbohydrates. That's where all of this is coming from. It's all coming from science and knowing what we know about how the body works, how muscle building works, is that you really want to have that combination, right? So I know you guys already know and love the chocolate flavor, the vanilla ice cream flavor. Rebuild Strength is going to have the same amazing benefits in terms of 24 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbohydrates. It's going to have added L-glutamine, and this helps support the immune system. We actually just put out a video on this. I think it's still on the Herbalife 24 Instagram account about why there's L-glutamine in the Rebuild Strength. And basically what it is when you're exercising, you put a lot of stress onto your body, okay? And L-glutamine can actually help support the immune system to help make sure that your body doesn't get too run down from exercise. So really important to have the L-glutamine in there. But other than that, it's just an amazing new flavor with all of the other benefits that you guys are already used to. So same thing, you can just do 2 scoops in a shaker cup with water and it's ready to go, which I think is, again, one of the most amazing benefits about the product is that you don't have to wait until you get home and put it in a blender. You can take it with you, have it ready to go. You know, I think one of the biggest things about sports nutrition and workout nutrition is creating a habit and creating a plan, right? And so if you create that routine of, you know, your workout starts with your pre-workout drink, so your workout starts with your prepare, you fuel yourself with your CR7 drive during your workout, and then your training's not over until you have your post-workout shake, you're really going to be putting the right nutrients into your body at the right time. It's what we do with all of our sponsored athletes, is create that habit and create that routine. And I think, you know, the fact that you can take the Rebuild Strength with you in your shaker cup. As soon as you're done with your workout, just add water and you're ready to go, I think is an amazing way to give your body what it needs to help you get the results that you're looking for. So that's kind of all I had in terms of the science and the training behind it. There's a lot of different resources that are going to be out there available for you. So social media resources, recipes online. I know that Susan Bowerman is, of course, going to be making some great recipes with this new flavor. And then there's going to be some flyers as well. So it is a limited edition flavor, but make sure that you guys try it because I know that you will absolutely love it. I think it's my favorite flavor thus far. So all these resources are going to be on my Herbalife. And then last but not least, here is the SKU number, volume points, earn base, everything you need to know about the product. So it's coming out Monday. So again, make sure that this information stays between us on the call until the product is launched on Monday. But I hope you guys are excited about it. I think it's going to be a great addition to all of the other amazing Herbalife 24 products that are coming out. So yes, at this point, happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
If you would like to ask a question, please press *1. That is *1 if you would like to ask a question via the telephone. At this time, we have no questions in queue.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys all for joining, and enjoy the product, and I look forward to seeing all of you in New Orleans soon.